So this is my first season in this garden, which means that I didn't know anything about this space. So everything is an experiment for this first season. So we didn't know where the wind was coming, what the sun would look like, what the shelter would be like, all of those things. So I planted the sunchoke in 5 different areas to hedge my bets on what areas would do better, get some good growth in a couple of the patches if one didn't do so well. And I'm very happy I did that because we did have a disaster in one patch. So I'm going to show you the 5 patches and talk about them because they didn't turn out how I thought they would. So this here was the first patch that was planted, and it is doing pretty well. Like, I'd say it's a pretty solid patch. They all look pretty healthy, a pretty good height. They are in a bit of shade in between some trees, but actually the ones in the most shade are the tallest. And so this is a bit of a common theme for the sunchoke actually. Then over here we have this patch, which is actually quite a large patch, and it was supposed to be all densely sunchoke, and it got attacked by the wind, and I'm going to say 90% of the sunchoke fell over and was destroyed. We just have a few still here, which are the shorter ones. So all the tall ones got knocked over in some big gusts of wind. Luckily I had a cover crop of butternut pumpkins, so this area isn't fully wasted. The pumpkins are still doing their thing. However, the pumpkins were supposed to be shaded by the sunchoke, a bit of a Three Sisters thing going on, which didn't work out. But this was interesting, so now I know this spot is not the spot for sunchoke. Just near this, we have actually our biggest, most successful crop of the sunchoke. So these are about 7 feet high at the moment, and they probably still have a bit more growth to go. And the really interesting thing is these are the most shaded sunchoke. So having a little bit of shelter and not getting too hot is definitely helping. Over here we have another little patch. This one is doing okay. This is in the Chaos garden. You might have remembered from the other video. And so this was all calendula, and now look, the calendula seed has gone crazy and we're going to have a forest of calendula. But yeah, this is the Chaos garden. I chucked some down the end here, and it's actually looking really good. Then over here we have the wall of sunchoke. So this is a whole row of sunchoke. The other ones are more like blocks. This is a row. This did get hammered in the wind as well, and we lost maybe 30% of this wall. It fell over. So the moral of the story is plant in multiple areas. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. To figure out where is the best spot for a crop. I would have never thought this area behind me under the trees would have been the best spot for the sunchoke, but I have been pleasantly surprised, and now I know this is where it's going to be every year, and I won't replant in the areas that didn't do so well.